Hey Mike.
Oh, hey Chris.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you get when you mix evil with a month?
Villains month?
No. September.
It's September?
Yeah.
No, I didn't look at my calendar. Oh, it's September. Oh, I hate wake me up when September ends.
Oh, you're using the Green Day joke. How original. And let me tell you one more thing since we're here at this very moment. Live from New York, it's Comic Related's Related Recap. And welcome back to the Related Recap, everybody. My name is Chris Ventura.
And my name's Mike Ventura.
And we are the Ventura Brothers. And we are here once again. Brant is at the Fortress of Solitude. Villains Month is getting... You know, he's spending a lot of time at that Fortress of Solitude lately. Maybe he went to the Batcave this time.
Whoa.
I'm voting on the Batcave because I think Gotham City is a lot closer to where he lives than the North Pole.
Well known everywhere.
Well, duh. I've been everywhere too.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying he's been all over.
Yes. But anyway, Brant is very much missed this week. But in his stead, as always, when Brant doesn't make it, I grab Mike, force him to read a bunch of books that he normally doesn't read. And
well, you didn't force me. I just wanted to read it.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, you're trying to look tough.
I'm tough. Who you tough?
Rocky.
Anyway.
Wow, it's stereo.
Shut up and let me do this.
Go.
Anyway, and we are going to be here today talking about Villains Month. More specifically, week 1 of Villains Month. Myself and Mike are going to be getting every single one of the Villains Month books. Villains Month has definitely been a fun ride for both of us, even though right now we're out of character. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you can go check out DarkAvengerINC as well as my channel, DarkAvengerC86, to see what we're doing on YouTube on our group channel for Villains Month. Also, you can check out the awesome stuff on ComicRelated.com. ComicRelated.com. We are also doing a theme with Villains Month, and the combined efforts of Dark Avengering and Comic Related cannot be matched, in my opinion, by anybody. But beside the point, this is the Related Recap. And before we get into Villains Month Week 1, there are some Marvel books to talk about. There is a little bit of news, not much. And then we also actually have the DC Comics Solicitations, which I will bring up after we talk about a little bit of news. It turns out that in the past couple of weeks, J.H. Williams and Hayden Blackman, I believe his last name is. I probably said it wrong.
I think it was Hayden.
I believe it was. Have quit Batgirl as of issue, I believe. They said 26, but I believe it's 25, due to, once again, editorial decisions. And Brent and I talked about this on the last show. Things have definitely blown out of proportion a lot since the last episode of the Related Recap. I think, honestly, Dan Didio needs to get kicked off of Facebook by DC. DC needs to tell Dan Didio to stop talking on Twitter because he's just making a campfire into a bonfire, really. He just...
Wow.
In certain points. Other points he does try to ignore, which I give him kudos for, but when he doesn't ignore and he actually talks, it's like, stop talking. Stop talking, please. Oh.
But beside the point.
But once again, you can't judge the books by their company heads because then nobody's going to be reading anything from the big two. Other news is there are going to be some creative team shakeups. The creative team on Flash, Superboy, and Supergirl are switching up as of, I believe, December. We're going to be getting new creative teams on all the books. Excited, but at the same time, I'm very scared because you don't know what these new creative teams are going to be doing for all of these books.
And that's something you gotta wonder.
And really, that's about all the news we have. So, while I grab the computer of awesomeness over here with all the DC solicits. We are going to be going over today on the related recap the DC solicits for December 2013. And just a quick mention, you could check out the solicitations for yourself on comicrelated.com. On the right sidebar there is a category for solicitations, and you will be a few clicks away from finding the solicits you are looking for there.
Yep. So
that was the worst plug in history, but then again, it's late at night. So let's get into, as you were saying, the December solicitations for DC Comics. First we have Forever Evil, issue 4 of 7. It's all-out chaos at the DC Universe as the DC Universe continued its march through darkness. War erupts across the earth between the villains. Allegiances are formed, rivals are murdered, and at the center stage, it's Lex Luthor versus Batman, and their fight couldn't come at a worse time as Deathstroke's hunting party closes in on the world's only hope against the crime syndicate.
Now that's weird that Batman's in it, because the crime syndicate said that the Justice League was dead.
Yeah, but this is Batman.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, but it's Batman, so that's good we have somebody.
He's freaking Batman.
Oh,
he can survive anything, apparently.
Yeah, but it looks like a good book, and I can't wait to read that.
And then we have Justice League, issue number 26. Cover looks just like Justice League number 1, except in mirror format, and it's the Crime Syndicate instead. We also have Justice League of America number 10, and Justice League Dark number 26. Really quick, in Justice League, it explains why the Crime Syndicate came to Earth 1. In Justice League of America, it continues stars and the survivors of the Justice League of America. I'm looking for the survivors of the crime syndicate's attack now face a world where Earth's most dangerous criminals are in charge. Can they bring a new team together in time to combat them? I think that it'll just form a new Justice League of America team, and that's where we're going to go into Justice League of Canada next year, but we'll see. Justice League Dark number 26 is the most interesting, though, in my opinion, because the crime syndicate Sea King, last seen at the end of Trinity War, has cheated death and plagues the Justice League Dark team.
Now that is going to be a challenge.
That is going to be a huge, interesting challenge.
Can't wait to see how that's going to turn out.
And then we have the tie-ins: Forever Evil Argus number 3, Forever Evil Arkham War number 3, Forever Evil Rogues Rebellion number 3, as well as Suicide Squad issue number 26, and Pandora, Trinity of Sin Pandora number 6. All will be connected to, and Trinity of Sin Phantom Stranger issue number 14. All connected to Trinity War, Trinity War. All connected to Forever Evil. Teen Titans, after I guess a few issues, goes off into a different story. I believe it's because it gets thrown through time or something. I'm not too sure. We'll find out as time moves forward. But Argus looks interesting. It's Cheetah and Steve Trevor versus Superwoman. Arkham War looks really interesting with Bane versus Killer Croc.
Ooh.
And Rogues Rebellion, Mirror Master is involved. That sounds awesome. And we also get to see Steel in the new Suicide Squad.
Steel and Suicide Squad? Really?
Yeah.
I thought
I don't think he's in it. I think he's fighting to,
No, not only that. I thought he'd be like maybe in a Superman title or something. Steel.
I know, but no.
But I mean, it's good to see him, but I'm just saying it's just weird.
And then Pandora is seeking answers from the one man who seems to have them. Earth 3's the outsider. So Pandora is now chasing after the Alfred from Earth 3. And with Phantom Stranger, John Constantine, Swamp Thing, and Nightmare Nurse have a plan for how to stop Forever Evil, to destroy the embodiment of evil itself, and they intend to draft Phantom Stranger into their war.
Now after that whole Phantom Stranger with the whole erasing his existence and everything because of what he interfered with that he wasn't supposed to do. That's leading me to question how it came to that.
I'm interested. I'm hooked.
Oh, absolutely, me too.
Then now we're breaking away from the tie-ins. We have Justice League 3000 #1. The cover art makes me a little bit more interested than I was before in this series. New series starring the heroes of today, tomorrow is resolicited, now with legendary artist Howard Porter on board. So, new artist, but now it's resolicited. So, it was supposed to come out, I believe, this month or next month. And unfortunately, due to the artist change, it's now coming out in December. Will it be worth the extra 2-month wait? We'll have to wait and see. Aquaman, #26. Sea Storms begins with the debut of a new Aquaman writer, Jeff Parker. So apparently Aquaman's getting a new writer as well. And this issue, it's also supposed to talk, to explain about Aquaman and Mera, how they're not married because DC doesn't want any of their superheroes married.
Yeah, now that's the thing. I mean, they want to put Superman and Wonder Woman together, but then
as boyfriend and girlfriend, they're not married.
But why is DC not doing a whole marriage thing? I mean, isn't that the whole...
They claim that marriage hinders the story, which I don't believe. I believe if you have good writing...
Oh, when Lois and Clark were together before the New 52, everything seemed fine. So...
Everything for Superman was fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, look who you're talking about.
I know.
Green Arrow #26. The Outsiders War begins here, and that cover looks awesome, actually.
Oh, wow. That's epic.
Well, I thought you were going to say something. Okay.
No, I'm just saying it's an epic.
The Flash #26, written by Christos Engage, and art is by Neil Gog.
Yeah, I'd say Gog.
In this special standalone story, the Flash loses someone important to him. To catch the villain responsible, the Flash must figure out how to use his powers in the one place where they do him little good, the sky. Dum, dum, dum.
Oh.
And
well,
then,
the sky's the limit.
Indeed. And then we have Constantine #9. Now, there is no mention of the tie-in to Forever Evil. However, you do have the Crime Syndicate in the background. And, yeah. Who is John Constantine? Lost and confused now that he's sold himself out to the cold flame, John becomes vulnerable to attack by Spellbinder. What secrets will be revealed when John is forced to travel through his own mind?
That's gonna be something interesting. Wow, so many interesting things happening in December. What a great way to end the year.
Oh yeah. Now I'm going to skip a few titles. Superman Wonder Woman #2, I called that a mile away. Zod is unleashed. So for those of you waiting for Zod, there's the issue for you. And there's once again the shocking conclusion that could be the end of Superman and Wonder Woman together. Who didn't see that coming? But I'm sure they're not going to separate just yet. They're going to wait a while. But anyway, then you have Superman Unchained #6. The Man of Tomorrow and the Superman of Yesterday go at it. No holds barred. Supes goes full throttle after his would-be ally, Wraith, in a seismic battle ranging from deep space to ocean floors and ultimately the core of the Earth. So, that's going to be interesting. I still am interested to see if they actually reveal Wraith to be somebody important. Action Comics. All hell breaks loose. Superman is caught between an alien menace and the superpowered soldier the U.S. Army has sent to kill him. So apparently, the new DCU, Superman is kind of hunted.
Yeah, it's like everyone's saying, like, sooner or later, we will get you. You know.
Superman 26, the return of Parasite, that's definitely worth a mention. And then Supergirl #26, you get your first look at the new Lobo. It's going to be written by Tony Bedard, and the art is going to be by Yalray Sinar and Ray McCarthy. And in Superboy 26, Frank Hanna and Marv Wolfman are going on writing duty, and art is by Andreas Guinaldo. I probably butchered that name, and I apologize, but Batman Superman number 6, I'm giving a mention also because Mongol makes an appearance in this book.
Oh, Mongol?
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's going to be interesting. Harley Quinn number 1, even though it's really issue number 2. Harley is set to begin her new life, but she needs a job first. Enter the Coney Island Roller Derby.
But doesn't she have her own title, Suicide Squad?
No, she left the Suicide Squad apparently.
Oh.
Did you hear what I said now?
But yeah, Coney Island and the Roller Derby.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
She's hitting close to Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, close to it.
Then we got Damian, Son of Batman, issue number 3. Looking forward to reading that story. It's issue 3 of 4. It's a 4-issue miniseries. Unfortunately, only 4 issues. Then we got Batman issue 26, continuing 0 year. With Gotham thrown into total chaos by the Riddler, Batman and Jim Gordon must learn to work together.
But don't Batman and Jim Gordon something?
Together!
But don't they?
And then, but this is before they started working together. This is the 0 year. Batman just came into being.
Oh.
A quick mention is Batgirl issue 26 with the shocking conclusion to Batgirl Wanted. This is the shocking conclusion, and the cover says a lot. I wonder if what's happening on the cover is what's going to happen in the actual book. Batwing 26. Batwing is officially in Italy. Birds of Prey 26. I don't know why. The cover says something to me, but at the same time, eh. Nightwing 26. With the events of Forever Evil looming, Nightwing enters the final stages of his life as he knows it. So this apparently still takes place before Forever Evil.
And before they revealed, the whole thing.
That or it'll probably take
Nightwing.
place during it.
It could be, very well.
Another mention, Catwoman 26, involves the daughter of the Joker, which still does not get me to want to buy that title. Green Lantern 26 starts a new story arc. Coming back from the events of Lights Out, the story continues where the Lantern Corps are going after Star Sapphire and Null Ange, which is the story arc that was just happening recently until Relic showed up. Green Lantern Corps 26, Jon Stewart versus Hal Jordan for control over the Lantern Corps. And
That's
Green Lantern New Guardians 26. I actually, I find that interesting too. That might be a really interesting.
I might look into that.
Looks good. It looks good. The cover looks the cover says it all. Green Lantern New Guardians. Kyle Rayner's out there still with the New Guardians.
Yeah. And this is number 26 as well.
I did say 26.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
And then Lar Flea's number 6. Apparently he's still fighting his core now that they're back to being alive. I don't know if I'll be reading it. Top book from the Lantern book so far is Red Lanterns 26. The Guy Gardner and 5 Red Lanterns on their first mission in Sector 2814, a planetary army, 1 billion strong, led by evil fascist dictator Field Marshal Jinsu. How can they all possibly survive? In fact, not all of them do.
Wow.
All-Star Western 26 trapped in modern times, so apparently Jonah Hex is still going to be in the present. Jonah Hex sets out to find the money he left buried around the Southwest. But a chance encounter with John Constantine sets the Civil War vet on collision course with the occult.
How did I know that sooner or later he was going to be in that book? Because he's been like almost in all the books, John Constantine.
I know.
He's like everywhere.
A fair mention, Teen Titans 26. Secrets are revealed and trust tested as the Teen Titans finally begin to understand Kid Flash's criminal actions before he became a heroic member of the team.
Yep.
And then we go to the digital first books. Batman Black and White issue 4 of 6. Looking good. Issue 1 is out, and we'll be talking about that in this episode. Adventures of Superman number 8. Dr. Emil Hamilton. That's going to be interesting to see him. I haven't seen Dr. Emil Hamilton since the new 52 started. And then Batman Beyond Universe number 5 is another book I'm reading. There's also Legends of the Dark Knight 100-page super spectacular, and that is a $10 book. And then there's the DC Universe versus the Masters of the Universe, issue number 5 of 6. We'll see where that goes. I might get issue 2 after reading issue 1. We'll find out. And Smallville, no longer an ongoing. Now it's just a bunch of miniseries. We have Smallville Alien, issue 1 of 4. And then DC is also offering in December, but it's on sale in February, all 53, yeah, that's right, the 52 villain one-shots, plus the issue of Villain Forever Evil 3D motion covers for a nice $199.99. And for those of you that have been buying the 3D covers right along, you'll know that by the time you get to the end of September, you're going to spend a bit more than $199.99 for all your 3D covers, but I'm smart. I only bought a few in 3D and a few in 2D. And that's really it. I'm just going to go down really quick and see what other books we have.
Well, December's looking really interesting with all the stuff that they're coming out with, and lots of things to end, this year, 2013. I mean,
I agree.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen next year in the DC Universe with their titles and where it's going to go from there until further on. Because these comics have just been getting better one after another.
I absolutely 1000% agree.
Yeah.
And that's it for the DC solicits, actually.
Yep.
I ran through more. Well, I was going to say but I ran through them this week because we have a lot of comics to talk about.
Yes,
and when I say a lot, I'm not joking. 13 DC, plus 2 other DC books, and a couple of Marvels. Mike, your book actually ended, so let's talk about your book first. X Factor number 262.
Well, what I have to say is that, first of all, I'm just really upset about that issue, or that series really ending, because I enjoyed reading the book, but I thought that, like, some people went about the last issue, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it relates to and focuses really on Jamie and Layla, who were left, where Layla's pregnant and Jamie, who was the self-possessed demon, asks Teresa to change him back to normal. And then instead of going to continue with X Factor, they just said that they're done because they have a child and the farm and everything else. I mean, the way they ended it was
Life was good on Mayberry Farm.
Yeah, I mean, Peter A. David, who wrote the whole series of X Factor, did an amazing job. I don't know why I didn't read this comic book from, like, the beginning. Like, I
wasn't even reading the comic when it
because I read it in the middle of the series, and it's just really a shame to see it go. But unless there's gonna be a second wave or whatever wave that comes out with a new X Factor, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be something I'll be interested in reading. Or
there are little hints dropped here and there that might be a new X Factor.
So we never know. But I recommend you pick it up. I mean, it was my best comic book of the week, with phenomenal artwork and great story. Even Tri-P made an appearance for a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to pick it up, I recommend it to you guys.
And what'd you think about Venom issue number 40? I found it, I don't know, I just feel like there were parts in there where, I mean, they try to get you to like Mania. They really do, and this is like her debut.
I think that what they're trying to do is they're gonna develop the character and let you, like, maybe look at Mania, like if she's in a comic book, like, they want you to probably get
but she
to
was
know
annoying. She was annoying, and I mean, I'm not saying alpha annoying, but and then I thought it was a cop out how it turned out because she was all gothic and into the dark side or whatever. The symbiote understands her more, so that's why I bonded to her, and also the mark, the quote-unquote mark, is now part of her and not Flash.
But there could be a chance that Mania could change, because that's just the first time we saw her as that. You know, maybe, like I said before, development of the character. She may be really annoying, then turn out to be moderately annoying, and then working out to being, you know, someone different.
It's sad that this is the last story arc in this series before they end it.
Yeah, that too.
I was hoping that maybe they would end it on a higher note, but apparently Cullen Bunn said everything is going to be answered before the end of this series. I just wish it would have gone a little bit better or a little bit different than where it's going right now.
Absolutely.
Superior Spider-Man issue 17 was a heavy dialogue book.
Any phone numbers added in this?
No, thank God, no.
Okay.
But Max Modell goes to jail. Tiberius Stone is behind it. Apparently, because he is the great-grandfather or grandfather to the Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hare, I believe his name is.
I think so. But you know, because I agree with actually what Mike Spidersley said about Spider-Man 2099. They should do an origin about...
Or give a little backup story. They didn't even do that. For people, new readers, they're looking at this book going, who the heck is this Spider-Man 2099?
Right.
Really quick, the synopsis... Yeah, I was just going to say, just the synopsis of Spider-Man 2099. It's not Peter Parker. You can go back. I think the first trade paperback just got reprinted, as a matter of fact. It's the year 2099. It took place right after the Heroic Age. Ironically, right after what we just went through. And, yeah, Spider-Man 2099 was born. And there were a bunch of crossovers, a bunch of major events. Miguel O'Hare is the Spider-Man 2099. He doesn't stick to walls. He has claws to climb walls. And
he has a web thing attached to his back.
Yeah, he has a very interesting costume. So now, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say that, like, we know Spider-Man 2099 based on a TV series and some of the comic books.
There was no TV series for 2099.
Or was it something else? No,
that was Spider-Man Unlimited.
No, wasn't it 2099?
There was never a Spider-Man 2099 on TV.
Okay, unless maybe it was Unlimited. I don't remember because there was so many. But beside the point, we've read the comic books.
Yes.
You know,
we absolutely have.
You know, but like you said, I mean, new readers aren't going to know, so maybe they should do an origin story or a little bit of it, or make a backup story to give us a better understanding of who Spider-Man 2099 is for new readers, so that way nobody will be confused saying Spider-Man 2099 never heard of him, whereas, you know.
I just find it ironic that it's Doc Ock's fault that Spider-Man 2099's existence, his entire existence, is fading away.
Well, that's what Doc Ock, Spider-Man Doc Ock, is planning to do.
I'm so tired of all that time traveling. I don't care if it's all due to Age of Ultron. Screw it.
You never know if they could do time traveling to bring Peter Parker back.
And you know what was funny? And you read Back to the Future with me. They said that if Spider-Man 2099 didn't go back in time, he would cause a paradox because they looked back in time and saw him there already. It's like, no, that wouldn't cause a paradox. A paradox would be if Spider-Man 2099 went back in time before he was supposed to, or later than he was supposed to, and bumps into himself. That would cause a time paradox.
Yeah. Or I have an even better idea. Let's not do time travel at all. Move forward.
Oh my God, you actually have a point.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. When have I never had a point? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying Marvel should have done that.
I thought you were saying like sarcastically the way you said it. Well, anyway, I mean, seriously, they gotta focus on how we live like reality. We just keep moving forward. We don't look at the past because the past is already written, and the present and future is the only thing that, you know, we should always do in reality. They should just look at reality more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And speaking of time traveling, these are the last two books from Marvel that we have. Battle of the Atom issue number 1 and All New X-Men issue number 16. Both of them Battle for the Atom chapters, chapter 1 and 2. X-Men from the distant future come back in time to stop the present day X-Men from making a mistake with the past X-Men. Yeah, stick with me, please.
I am.
And
We're
basically
trying.
causing a huge issue with all the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. And Jean Grey doesn't want to go back. And you see the romance between her and Beast quickly deteriorate.
That's
and her and
something
Scott
else.
getting right back to the way they were before.
Just Jean Grey and Beast, like, really?
I don't know why Jean doesn't want to go back. She's so maybe because she knows what her future is and where it lies. I have a feeling she's going to be the one that wipes all their brains anyway.
Well, it's Jean Grey. I mean, yeah.
I wish Professor X would come back, but eventually we'll see Professor X again.
Yep. But I don't know. I mean, it's. I mean, how? Like, why does the X-Men team have to, like, just go back in time and overdo their wrongs or rights or something like that? You know,
because they have
just
the infinite redo button, and they keep trying to click it, and this is why it's getting boring.
But it's not affecting their future or their present, really, because, you know, they're the future that helps them out, but I don't understand why they have to go back and fix something that might not be fixed because of the way they are.
I don't know.
It's just confusing and very
Everything's
annoying.
confusing when it comes to this. But I enjoyed this. This was the way an event should go. I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the artwork. And the story definitely has a lot of promise. I can't wait to read this week's issue, which I believe is X-Men number 5. But we'll talk about that when we get into the solicitations. And that's it for Marvel. Really quick with DC, 2 books that deserve a mention. Batman Black and White number 1. Awesome book. Several stories in one. I know you didn't read it.
No, I didn't.
And DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe.
I heard that
1.
was a real disappointment.
It was.
And because, like you said, it just focuses on John Constantine. So why not just put John Constantine on the cover rather than the Justice League from the cover you got? And, you know, and
It's at least not misadvertisement.
yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're gonna let us read, you know, the story, come up with an accurate cover. I mean, the covers, you know, I mean, I understand they want to boost their sales and let people buy when they see their favorite heroes on the cover, but it has to be accurate
I agree.
to go with the story.
I
But
absolutely 1000% agree with you.
yeah,
And you know what's funny? It sold out on Midtown.
because, you know, yeah.
Yeah. And now, my friends, we go into what you've all been waiting for, unless you fast forwarded this cast all the way to this point. Villains Month. We're going to be ending with Forever Evil number 1, and we have all 13 one-shots here. Really quick mention, my worst pick of this week, and you can feel free to disagree with me, Creeper, which is Justice League Dark 23.1. I thought this was a waste of a Villains Month one-shot.
Alright. So do I pick my word?
No, I'm saying, what do you think
Oh.
about Creeper?
Well, Creeper, like, there were some parts where it was okay, like, I mean, they did do a little bit of the origin of,
Yeah, but in whole, did you
the
like
Creeper.
it?
I think it was pretty good. I liked it.
I didn't like it.
I mean, maybe because, you know, the Creeper's not maybe well known, or maybe they dragged out the story a little bit, but
It's not
okay
connected to
issue.
Forever Evil in any way,
No,
shape, or
it's not.
form.
That I know for sure, but it's up to them if they want to pick it up, because some people have mixed reviews of
Yeah.
Creeper, but to me, in my opinion, I thought it was good in some ways.
You want to talk about your favorite book this week, which was Count Vertigo,
Yes.
number 1, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 23.1. I'm looking
Yes.
at Green Lantern, that's why.
Count Vertigo is like, we get an origin story of Count Vertigo, of how he became Count Vertigo and how he got the name and how he does this whole mind control and how he got his powers and everything, and how it led to him meeting up with the Green
Arrow.
I almost said Green Lantern, Green Arrow, And I thought it was an interesting read, you know, because, you know, along with the artwork being phenomenal and everything, it was very well explained and very descriptive with interesting points of how he became to be Count Vertigo, and I would definitely recommend everyone to pick up Count Vertigo. I mean, he may be new maybe to the Green Arrow series, I don't know, but yeah, it gave me a better understanding of Count Vertigo, because when I saw him, I'm like saying, who's this Count Vertigo? Now that I read that, I'm like, okay,
when I read this book.
now I got a little bit of a gist of who Count Vertigo is, and now I won't have to question myself and say who he is, and because now I know.
And knowing half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
A book that I thought was was The Flash 23.1 Grodd issue #1. Gorilla Grodd makes his reappearance thanks to the crime syndicate, causes a war in Central City.
I thought it was Central Park.
No, Central City.
Oh, it was? I thought it was Central Park.
And the gorillas and humans had finally made peace. Grodd shows up, ruins the peace, turns the humans into slaves, changes Central City to Gorilla City, and then has the audacity to get bored at the end of the issue, and it says to be continued in Forever Evil Rogues Rebellion.
Yeah, this book, and even with the Darwinism that they were talking about and everything, I found it boring, kind of, a little bit.
Me too.
Because, I mean, I don't know. I just didn't think, you know. This was like saying, oh, hey, guys, I'm here at a party. Okay, now I'm gone. Like, seriously.
Yeah. And two other books I found boring, just to throw out there, were Desaad, issue #1, which was Earth 2, number 15.1, and Ventriloquist #1, which was Batman The Dark Knight 23.1. Ventriloquist I found interesting because I read Batgirl, but if I didn't read Batgirl, I wouldn't give a crap who or what the Ventriloquist is. And Desaad, if you are a World's Finest fan or Earth 2 fan, then you'll be interested in checking out Desaad also. I like both books, but once again, out of the two, I think that I like the Ventriloquist a little bit better, because Desaad is kind of like, he's a completely revamped character in my opinion.
That I could agree on, definitely.
Scary stuff right there. And which one would you like to do next? Would you like to cover... Actually, I know which one you'd like to cover, probably.
Ah, yes. Deadshot, #1.
Also known as Justice League of America, 7.1.
Deadshot so reminds me of the Punisher from Marvel.
Except he gets paid.
Except he gets paid, unlike the Punisher. I mean, his story of how, like, from the beginning leading into now,
he became Deadshot.
and how he became Deadshot, and the missions and everything, like, I thought it was very adventurous, and learning about Deadshot more was really a great read. I thought Deadshot was in the middle tier books, you know, because there's low, middle, and high. I thought I would put Deadshot in the middle tier of saying that it was like really good.
I liked it.
Or close to the higher tier, maybe. But
I'd say low, higher tier, yeah. Another okay book was Poison Ivy, issue #1, also known as Batman Detective Comics 23.1. It was an okay issue. It involved origin story with, now that the crime syndicate has killed the Justice League of America, she's actually free to do whatever she wants in Gotham City, because Batman's not going to come around and try to stop her. And she wants to turn it into one gigantic greenhouse.
Yeah, basically. And she offered that to Bruce Wayne before this whole thing. And she talks to plants too, along with the Kiss of Death, to make people die.
Well, we all knew about the Kiss of Death. If you haven't seen Batman and Robin the movie, check it out. You'll laugh, you'll cry. You might bleed a little bit.
Okay.
Less interesting book, or okay book, was Two-Face #1, also known as Batman and Robin 23.1. It was kind of interesting because first he flipped a coin to see if he's going to save or destroy Gotham, and he chooses to save it. He becomes judge, jury, and executioner for all the villains, or all the people that are on trial.
Yeah, but I don't know why someone would choose a coin to make determination. I mean, isn't that kind of, you know, Because heads or tails, like, it's always
Stupid.
going to be like 1 out of 2. You know, because they're both sides of the coin, and you get one or the other. But Scarecrow actually gave him the other coin to use,
Yeah,
which
but
was
he gave
more
up.
deadly.
He gave
but he
it
gave up.
And, yeah.
I was going to say that.
And his coin said, "Let everything burn." So he says, "Fine, we'll let it burn."
Actually, I think he said let it bleed.
Well, bleed, right? Bleed.
Burn was in the beginning. Bleed was in the end.
So I thought Two Favorites was once again an okay issue.
Yeah, it's a heads or tails.
Not too many disappointments this week. I think the rest are all. Oh, one book was a disappointment. I'm sorry. Joker #1, also known as Batman 23.1. Basically, the whole book is Joker and his pet gorilla.
Jackanapes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's
really it. I mean, just raising him and then...
It's not even a joke. It's stupid.
Because then the monkey dies in the end and he just laughs his head off. Well,
it's the Joker. What did you want him to do? Cry his head off?
I saw it coming because he's a villain. Is what I was going to say. See, you never let me finish. But it was a disappointment next to Gorilla Grodd. I mean, some people said that they liked it in some ways because it's the Joker. But they do his origin story too for a brief while. And, you know, it's like the mother treated him bad, he treated the monkey good. So he did the opposite of that. But,
which is good. He tried to be different from his mother, but unfortunately he's still a nutsoid.
Very twisted.
Very, very twisted. Next book, we will talk about his Dark Side. Mike, you want to talk about this one? Dark Side #1, Justice League number 23.1.
Yeah. I can say the Dark Side was half and half for me because, I mean, yeah, it does give you an origin story of how he became Darkseid by not believing and praying or anything.
I gotta believe!
And, you know, with all that, I mean, it is a lot of dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
In this one, like, really, really many. But, there's also another person that they talk about, Pyro?
That he becomes the All-Father.
Right, and then it talks about in the end how he became the Lord of the
New Gods.
Yeah, the New Gods, which is Darkseid. But I don't know. I would say that this is in the middle. Like, I'm not saying it was not higher. Good and not bad. I'm just saying it's really in the middle. So your determination, or
I liked it.
All right.
Another book that was just a straight up origin was Relic, or #1, better known as Green Lantern 23.1. It gives you an entire origin and sets you up for Lights Out to start next month. Really, I don't know why. I understand why they used Relic as a spotlight character, but really it's just to boost sales, I believe, in Green Lantern.
And it really just talked about the Lightsmiths and all that other stuff as well.
And the Lightsmiths came out way before they were Lantern Corps. Alright, and the last two books are Superman books. First one being Bizarro #1, also known as Superman 23.1. This was interesting.
Yeah, but it really focuses more on Lex Luthor.
Yeah, well, Lex Luthor is the one that created the original Bizarro that then exploded. And believe me, Bizarro exploded in every single incarnation the first time. It's usually a clone of Bizarro that lives on.
Right. And it only took Superman's DNA just to make him into this villain, which is Bizarro. But he looks way different from before the New 52. Like, all flat out different.
Absolutely. And then finally we have Cyborg Superman #1, which was Action Comics 23.1. This was my book of the week. It explains how Zor-El became Cyborg Superman, what role Brainiac played in it, and what role Cyborg Superman has in the universe. Seeking out perfection, which he cannot find. Why? Because there is nobody, no human, no living thing is perfect.
Right, and it just kept going back and forth from present day to destruction before, the events happened before the destruction of Krypton and after. And Jor-El and Jor-El don't get along really
Yeah,
well.
that's a new part of the new 52, that they don't get along. The ironic thing about it all is Jor-El was right, and Jor-El fails, which is sad, but it was it definitely has shock value. I was definitely shocked when I found out about Jor-El being
Supergirl.
Oh, also to mention, the reason why Jor-El looks like his brother Jor-El is because when Brainiac took him and changed him into the cyborg Superman, he said he wanted to change his RNA and DNA to change it and match it to that of his superior sibling.
So in the Doomsday one that happened before New 52, you're saying that
Right.
was Jor-El
Basically, the clone of Bizarro is in the Doomsday, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about in Doomsday, where it was Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, no, they changed it now.
So it was just Cyborg Superman, period.
Yeah.
I thought it might have played something, but yeah.
And then finally this week, Forever Evil #1. I thought this was freaking spectacular. The Justice League is believed to be dead. The crime syndicate wants all the villains of the world to work for them and basically take over the world for the crime syndicate and do whatever they please.
Also, they have a nice poster inside of the crime syndicate looking over the... It is a waste, I know that. But I'm just saying it was very cool to look at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good.
Nightwing, spoiler alert here,
Oh,
got
yeah.
unmasked.
He got beaten so bad.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for him. Also, there are little connections here, there, and everywhere with certain books, certain villain one-shots. Some of the one-shots involved during Villains Month, some of them were just straight-up origins. This connects everything, like the Two-Face part is connected here. And I'm looking forward to future weeks seeing if they actually connect to Forever Evil #1.
And also, the weirdest thing that I saw in this comic, at the end, like Lex Luthor saying, this looks like a job for Superman. And
So where the hell
is he? And I'm thinking, and I put the book down saying, wait a minute. Weren't you the one that wanted to kill Superman and didn't know your villain goons over there did all your thing by getting rid of the people? So this is what you wanted. So now you get it.
He didn't kill him.
No, he didn't kill him.
That's what he wanted. No,
but villains are taking over.
Doesn't matter. That's what he wanted. To kill Superman himself.
That's... That was just weird to me.
I thought Forever Evil was 5 out of 5 stars. Awesome, spectacular. This is the way a miniseries is supposed to be written.
Yeah, I would agree 5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
But not better than Count Vertigo, because, that's my best comic of that from DC.
Yeah. And that's it, guys. So let's run into the solicitations for books coming out today and after today. And, I'll start us off with Dark Horse. The one book, there are several books I'm looking forward to from Dark Horse. Halo Initiation, #2. I'm looking really forward to that. And Star Wars #9. What about you, Mike? Anything from Dark Horse?
I would say also Halo. There are Star Wars, as from what I'm seeing over here.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the titles look very interesting, and there's I see a Halloween thing, Legion,
Where?
Great Goblin Invasion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a Halloween book, but it's something that's near that holiday.
And then from DC Comics, we are getting all the Villains Month books, but the books I'm looking forward to most are Harley Quinn, Reverse Flash, Mongol, and Brainiac, and Hell. I think Hell is also coming. Oh no, that's the 18th. Brainiac and Zod are definitely two I'm looking forward to. What about you, Mike?
I would say Lobo, because Lobo, I want to see how they're gonna work with his character.
Mm-hmm.
Court of Owls, I don't know if that's gonna be boring.
I don't know
Court
either.
of Owls. And Riddler is also another thing that is something, as well. Like, it's mostly like a couple of them are really Batman titles, if you've noticed.
A fair share of them, because there's a lot of Batman villains.
Yeah, and Zod coming out this week.
Zod? No, that's the 18th.
Oh, that's the other week.
No,
okay.
Zod. Wait, Zod is. Yeah, Zod is.
Yeah, Zod, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they work with his character. But yeah, I would say those are the things I'm looking forward to.
Okay. IDW? I see two I'm looking forward to.
Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain.
Yep, that's
along with Transformers. Oh, and Lock and Key
Villains
also.
Micro Series number 6, Hun. And yes, Lock and Key Alpha number 1 of 2. I'm absolutely looking forward to.
What about Transformers?
Monstrosity? A little bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm looking forward to it.
And oh god, My Little Pony, no way.
I thought so. And what about Image? Anything from Image? For me, there's nothing from Image.
Didn't you one time read Manhattan Projects?
Yeah, I used
And Walking Dead, also.
Where? Oh, I am looking forward to Walking Dead 114, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. See, I'm a big help.
Yes. Now we're in Marvel. I'm definitely looking forward to Avengers Arena 15. And, we're at X-Men number 5. And I'm minorly looking forward to Mighty Avengers number 1. We'll see where that goes. What about you, Mike?
I don't see really any titles that I'm reading here. I mean, I'm looking through some of them, and well, there is the Marvel Universe Avengers Earth's Heroes, which was something else. Not really much here.
No.
You know.
Next week there's a bigger week from Marvel, and then we have the indies. I think there's nothing from the indies that come out this week except for Fanboys vs. Zombies trade paperback 3. Which,
yeah, someone's been telling me about that.
It's a good series, I will say that.
We should get a trade paperback of that, just to take a look and see.
Yeah, we'll look into it. But yeah, no. There is one thing: Street Fighter Classic hardcover and Street Fighter Origin Akuma. Both are books, and they both come out this Wednesday as well. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Akuma's story, wow, that's gonna be a grab, definitely.
Definitely. And that's it. And that's basically it, I believe, for the related recap. But before we go, we would like to officially thank the Yellow Belts, the official band of the related recap. Because they're better than the black belts, whether the black belts like it or not. Go Yellow Belts. We love yellow, and that's the way we'll always stay. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us during this awesome ride. Sorry we ran through the books. This video is probably going to go up a little bit late this week, and that's kind of why we wanted to go through everything really quick. This way we can get it up as soon as possible. So thank you guys for sticking with us. Don't forget to check out comicrelated.com, your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. As well as don't forget to check out Dark Avenger Inc. That's a website myself and my brother are on all the time. We do video reviews,
as well as
skits, and more. If you do have a YouTube channel and you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to Dark Avenger Inc. We're working tirelessly to get our website up. This way you guys will have something new to check out completely. But until then, we have the YouTube channel, so please do sub us, so we'll be in your sub box and you won't miss out on a single video. Just don't forget to come back here, like I said, on comicrelated.com as well.
And remember, everyone, if it's comic related,
it'll probably, as long as it's not in the evil month of September, be reviewed by us.
And eat lots of bacon.
I knew that was coming.
But I was thinking Villains Month in September, because I had to look at the calendar and I'm like, oh yeah, it's September. Well, always look at your calendars.
Well, at least
too.
we're not sicking the villains on the comic books.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys. Take care. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.